Hello class, my name is Ignacio and I'm going to be speaking to you about mirror neurons, how they kind of work, and the different types of empathy. So basically, a mirror neuron is a neuron that fires when we do an action or when we observe someone doing an action. So an example of that is kind of like how the video stated, if we see an insect crawling up someone's arm, we're kind of going to react to that. So we're kind of going to feel that same tingling feeling of that insect crawling up our arms. Another thing is that we're kind of soft wired for this, so it's just kind of like a habit that if someone is feeling sad or someone's feeling angry, we're kind of feel that as well, even though we're not going through their circumstance. We're kind of going to feel that same pain or that same hurt and just kind of feel sad for them or with them. So yeah, it's soft wired into us. It's just a habit. One of the things that mirror neurons, or the study of mirror neurons, is used for is just brain research, and one big thing is child development. So the child development is what really kind of stood up to me, being the fact that I have a child of my own, is how the empathy kind of comes in. So there's one empathy that is really good, and it's the empathetic distress. So the empathetic distress basically is kind of like the example that they put. If an infant is in a room full of other infants and one starts crying, the other infants are going to start crying. And it's just how, even though one is hungry and the other one isn't, and the one that's hungry starts crying because it's hungry, the other one that isn't hungry is just going to start crying, even though it could be perfectly fine, but maybe it got woken up by the infant crying. For whatever reason, there's no reason specifically, but it just starts crying with all the other infants crying. So it's just kind of like they go with the motion, they go with the noise around them, and they just react to it. And the next one is the mature empathy. So the mature empathy basically is when a child looks at themselves in the mirror and they kind of see themselves and they recognize themselves. And it's funny because how we observe someone and they get hurt or they feel pain or they get angry or whatever, we kind of feel that same emotion. But when a child is in that stage, it's like inverted in a sense. It's they see someone get hurt, they see someone cry, and even though they kind of go up to you and they feel a little bad, but they themselves don't react to that pain like you're reacting. They sometimes, like, for example, I run into a toy and I step on it and it hurts. Instead of my son feeling the same pain, he laughs. So it's cool how it works differently, because then once they get older, they're gonna see it the way we see it. We react in pain by someone else feeling pain or someone else feeling sad. So it's cool how the mind works as the different stages of our life. Basically, that's all I got for you guys, man. Thank you very much.